Thursday morning, 2nd of July, no less. It's quite interesting yesterday. I realised yesterday evening, I was sat there and I suddenly realised that I hadn't acknowledged that we'd changed from June to July. Not that that really matters, it was just quite interesting how the month has now changed and everything's sort of blurring into one. I suppose with lockdown and everything, it's the definitions of what we have to do and what we don't have to do are kind of blurred, I suppose, except for those who are key workers and who nothing's changed for, I suppose. But yeah, it was just interesting realising yesterday that we were in July already. It was the 1st of July and I hadn't even done my white rabbits for the first thing in the morning. Yeah, just an interesting thought drifting across my brain this morning. So let us get ourselves ready for our Gung. Turning one toe 45 degrees to the corner, sitting down through the hip, opening up the leg, making your alignments, and then pick up the other foot, just rest it on the floor and rock it back and forth. Just taking the time to connect with your breathing. Become present and then swap to the other side. And pick up the foot, shake off the ankle. Swap to the other side. Raise the knees high as you can comfortably, circle the foot. If you want to make this a bit more of an exercise, then really focus on the foot and draw a circle with your big toe. Back the other way. Swap to the other side. Pick up the knee as high as you comfortably can. Releasing down through the left leg and then trace a circle with your big toe. Back the other way. And change. Feet together. Circling the knees. Loosening off the knee joints. Loosening off the ankles, softening the feet. Back the other way. And come up. Find your shoulder width, turn out your toes, turn out the heels. Make sure your feet are parallel, pointing straight in front of you. And then just circling the hip joints. So you're opening up the hips, softening the spine, letting the tailbone just drop. Back the other way. Change, circling your shoulders, nice big circles just to open up the shoulder joints, loosen off the shoulder blades, softening the muscles across the clavicles, along the top of the shoulders and into the neck. Back the other way. And change. So we're just going to take a moment to connect and settle, creating our alignments, so opening the feet, softening the feet, let them spread out onto the ground, and softening the ankles. Softening the knees, so you're looking for any resistance down through the legs, any twisting that's unnecessary, so that the knees come to rest comfortably over the ankles. The line of the knee doesn't go beyond the edge of the toes. knees are off lock. And then relaxing the hips. There's no twisting or turning. Just let them become totally neutral. Soften all the muscles around into the buttocks, down the thighs. And then let the tailbone tuck under as though you are sitting down on a bar stool. So you're not pushing your pelvis forward when you do this. It's more like you're leveling the pelvis out and the tailbone drops. That then engages the muscles through the quad, the crease here, and into the inner thigh. It also opens up the lower back and allows you to sit more comfortably on the legs. Then bringing the shoulders back to rest comfortably over the hips. So what you're doing there is you're creating the stretch and the elongation of the spine by bringing your shoulders back so that you don't compress the torso, the chest, the abdomen. Pulling the chin back slightly to create the final bit of the stretch in the spine and the neck. So all your bones are standing upright. And then you just allow the muscles, the soft tissue, to hang from the bones. I suppose you could say the bones hang from the muscles, really. And then just softening everything as you breathe. You're breathing into your belly, so opening the belly up as you breathe in. Abdominal wall expands. And then as you breathe out, the abdominal wall comes back again, in again. So this is not forced. You just allow it to happen so that it starts to pull down on the diaphragm, push up on the diaphragm. And just opening up the shoulder joints, relaxing all the muscles off, softening the upper arms, opening the elbow joints, softening the forearms, opening the wrist joints, and softening the hands. And just breathe. Clearing the mind. Allow the mind to go to idle, if you like, so you're not chasing any thoughts that might come across. And then just allow your mind intent to start to sink into the body, down towards the belly. Again, not forced. Don't judge yourself if you start chasing a thought. Just catch it, let it go, and return the mind down into the belly if you can. Breathing in, bring the hands up the center line, palms turn over, hands go up over the head. And breathing out, circling your hands down. The end of the out breath, slight pause. Breathing in, the hands come up. And breathe out, circling the hands down, and as they pass the shoulders, sink down by sitting down further, so you're bending your thighs. And breathing in, coming up from the feet. And keep going. Relaxing off the muscles as you move. Softening the shoulders. Letting everything move in time with your breathing. Try and get the movement to become silky smooth. One more. And breathing in, bring the hands up to the chest. Turn the palms to the floor, push down. Let the hands come to rest by the sides. Again, reconnect. So create your alignments, softening the feet, softening the ankles, softening the knees and the hips. Let the tailbone tuck under as though you're sitting down on a bar stool. Shoulders come back to rest comfortably over the hips. Pull the chin back to create the stretch in the spine. And then just bones standing in space. Let the muscles release. Further open up the chest cavity, the diaphragm, the belly. Let all the internal organs just hang from the ribs and the spine. Breathing in, the hands come up to the center, at chest height, and breathe out, turn left hand up, right hand down. Breathing in, hands come back to the center. Breathe out, swap the hands, the left hand is going down, right hand up, and sink into the hips. Bending the thighs, keeping the tailbone tucked under. And then breathing in, come up. Breathe out, swap the palms, sinking down. And keep going. And your shoulders released, softening the muscles either side of the spine. And one more. Breathing in, hands back to the chest. Turn the palms, push down, let the hands come to rest by the sides, recreating the alignments, softening the feet, the ankles, knees, hips. Tailbone tucks under as though you're sitting down on a bar stool. Shoulders come back to rest comfortably over the hips. Chin pulled back slightly to stretch the spine. And then just breathing into the belly. Let everything relax. keeping the bones upright, so you have that dynamic tension in the muscles, keeping you upright, but everything is nice and released and loose. And bring the hands up either side, keeping the shoulders released, elbows sunk, and then swing left hand in front, right hand behind, come up and swap over, come up, swap over. So the arms swing like a piece of rope, softening down through the shoulders, forearms, the upper arms, sorry, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, and the hands. Just let everything just swing nice and gently, everything released. Let your breathing fall into a nice regular pattern that works for you. Try and keep the in-breath and the out-breath roughly the same length, but don't force anything. We're going to turn the waist, so as the right hand goes in front, I turn to the left, then I square my hips, come up and swap. Allow your waist to turn so that the shoulders move, but the shoulders are not twisting or turning of themselves. They're moving because the waist is. Transferring the momentum out into the arms, so it's the movement of the waist that's now bringing your arms round. Really release the arms, let them just swing like a piece of rope, and the hands are a weight on the end. And softening down through the hips so that you can turn comfortably without twisting down through the knee and out into the ankle. And just let the knees and the legs start to act like pistons. So they're supporting your weight, but they're released. The knee's moving in the plane that it likes to move in, forward and back. But you're not letting your knee go over the toe, and you're not locking your knee back. You're just allowing it to move comfortably so it can support your weight. Softening the ankles and the feet. Don't let yourself bounce. Just allow the whole body to release. So working on the spine, we're rotating around the spine, letting the muscles down either side of the spine relax. Tucking the tailbone under again. Mind clear and sink down deeper into the body. Become aware of how you're moving, rotating around the spine, still sitting down, sitting back against the spine and the pelvis. Let the hips square, the hands come up to the chest, and just let them push down and come to rest by the sides. Again, softening your feet, opening the ankles, opening the knees, open the hips, tucking the tailbone under as though you're sitting down on a bar stool, leveling your pelvis. Let the shoulders rest comfortably over the hips so you're not compressing down through the body cavities. Shoulders released, chin pulled back slightly to create a stretch in the spine, All the bones standing upright, muscles release. Take a couple of breaths and connect with your belly again. Letting the mind sink down through the body. And then palms to the floor, breathing in, the hands come up. Dropping the fingertips, raising the arms to shoulder height. And drop your elbows, drop your wrists and down as though you're pushing through water on the out breath. Breathing in, hands float up. Breathe out, so elbows drop, wrists drop. Sinking into the thighs, tucking the tailbone under. Sitting down as though you're sitting on a bar stool. Breathing in, coming up from the floor, out into the fingertips, but don't lean forward. Breathing out, make sure you're still sat back against your spine and the pelvis. Mind is coming into the belly, 3 fingers width below the tummy button, and in the center of your body, so it's back into the body against heading towards the spine and pelvis. We have one more. And change, so sitting comfortably back against the spine and into the pelvis. Circle your hands around to the right. Right hand in front of the face, bring the left hand down. Take a breath in. And then breathing out, allow the waist to turn to bring the hands around to the right hand side. And then breathing in, swapping the hands over, pivoting at the elbows, turning the waist to bring the hands around to the front. Breathe out, turn over the left. Breathe in, square the hips. So everything's rotating around your spine and your center. Moving because the waist is turning. The hands just swap over. Softening down through the legs, the hips. Keeping the tailbone tucked under. Softening in through the knees so you're not twisting down through the knee joint. Softening the ankles and the feet. And just breathe. And then circle the hand up. So that both hands are at chest height. Breathe out, just push down and let yourself come to rest. So take the knuckle of the thumb, put it in the tummy button, let the palm rest down. The other hand comes in flat over the top. Left hand under right for men, right hand under left for ladies. And then again, softening the feet, softening the ankles, softening the knees, softening the hips, tucking the tailbone under as though you're sitting down on a bar stool. Shoulders resting comfortably over the hips. Chin pulled back slightly to create the stretch in the spine. And then just bones floating in space. Allow all the muscles to release, relax down and sink down into your body. Breathing into the belly. And then change, bring the hands up, softening the shoulders, sinking the elbows, wiggle the fingers at the ends of the arms. So just pay particular attention to what your shoulders are doing at this point. So you're keeping your arms up, but keeping the shoulder blades neutral, releasing the shoulder joint, opening up the actual joint itself so that you let the muscles release. Releasing the muscles into the spine, down either side of the spine, keeping your tailbone tucked under, chin pulled back. And bring the hands down, let them hang down by the sides and just circle your fingers round. Change, breathing in, come up onto the toes. Breathe out, just let yourself drop. Breathing in, come up. Breathe out. Keep going. And one more. And relax. Again, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed that. And I'll be back 7 o'clock tomorrow morning with more of the same. If you enjoyed this, then please share your experiences and comments, or any feedback you'd like to give me would be greatly appreciated. And if I could ask you to tag, share and like this throughout social media, that would be fantastic as well. See you tomorrow. Take care.